Well, good afternoon and welcome to the virtual college exploration for all Illinois students. On behalf of the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan, I want to welcome you to this presentation about the University of California, Davis. A few notes as we get started today. If you have questions for our presenter, please use the Q&A button, which can be found at the bottom of your screen, to type those questions at any time. Because this is a Zoom webinar, your camera and microphone are off, and so your presenter cannot see you, nor can he hear you. If you have questions about other schools or other types of ways to get involved in the college search process, please sign up for some additional sessions. You can do that right on the IACAC.org website. And certainly, if you want to review this presentation at your leisure at a future date, this will be recorded and the presentation will be available on that IACAC.org website within about a week of tonight. So again, thank you for joining us. And without any further ado, I give you the University of California, Davis.
Thank you. All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for spending your late afternoon joining us today for this presentation about opportunities at UC Davis. My name is Tai Vu. I am the Assistant Director of Non-Resident Recruitment at UC Davis. And feel free to type in your questions while I get through this presentation. And at the end, I will address all of your questions to the best of my knowledge. First off, when we talk about UC Davis, I would like to just start out with talking about the rankings. So UC Davis, we actually started out as a agriculture campus of UC Berkeley, but in 1905 we broke away from that and we started our own University of California campus, and we became known as the University of California Davis campus. So with our historical background and as an ag college, we are ranked #1 in the world for agriculture and environmental science. We are also ranked #1 in the United States for veterinarian science. So for any students who are interested in our veterinarian pre-vet program, right from day one, you have the opportunity to work with animals in our animal science department. We are also very big on sustainability here at UC Davis. We've been ranked as the 3rd greenest university in the world. A big part of that is everything about our campus revolves around sustainability, renewable energy, farm to fork. So we have this biodegrader on our campus that can convert 50% of the food waste in our dining common into renewable energy for the campus to use. We're also a very big biking community. Davis is actually known as the bike capital of the world. And on a typical day, you will see lots and lots of bicycles on campus. And I will go more in depth as to why we're very big on bicycle later on in this presentation. Overall ranking, we've been ranked as the 5th best public university in the nation. That's something that we are very proud of. I myself, being an alumni of UC Davis, I am very proud of that ranking as well. And then where are we located? So a lot of times when I'm out there on the road talking to students, they're like, yeah, we heard of UC Davis, we heard of the University of California, but where are you located? So on this map here, as you can see, UC Davis, we are located in the northern part of the state, in what we will call Northern California. We're located in the city of Davis, which is right next to Sacramento. Sacramento is the state capital of California. For a lot of our out-of-state students, you will fly into Sacramento, and then from Sacramento International Airport, it's a quick 20-minute Uber, Lyft, or taxi ride to campus. To the east of us is 2 hours to the east of us is beautiful Lake Tahoe. For the students who love to do outdoor stuff, camping, hiking, snowboarding, the Lake Tahoe and Sierra Nevada area offers some of the best campsite, hiking trails, and world-class ski resorts. If you're all about the big city life, San Francisco is about 1.5 hours to the west of us. And Napa Valley, wine country, is only 45 minutes away. Yosemite National Park is about a 3-hour car drive away, and Los Angeles is about 6 hours away. So we're located in Northern California in a college town setting. That is one of the biggest unique characteristic of UC Davis. So a lot of students will ask me, what differentiates UC Davis from other campuses? Well, each campus is unique in its own individual way. Each campus have majors that other campuses don't have. A lot of us have majors that overlap each other. But the biggest characteristic difference between Davis versus UCLA, UC Irvine, UC Santa Cruz, UC San Diego is that we are a true college town. So the city of Davis, half the population in that city are made up of college students. So as you can see here, a quarter of our campus size is equivalent to the size of downtown Davis already. So our campus is actually the largest campus in the UC system. Our campus stretches over 5,000 acres. Downtown Davis, as you can see from the previous slide, is one block off campus. A lot of times students will walk into downtown Davis and study at a coffee shop. We also have a farmer's market that's available every Wednesday for students. So our students will have access to fresh fruits and vegetables. And a lot of times while you're in downtown Davis, you might even run into faculty members or professional staff, because a lot of our professional staff and our faculty or professors do live in the city of Davis as well. It is a very safe and welcoming environment overall. Being that we're a college town, overall, it's very safe on our campus. To increase safety measure on our campus, we also have a program called Safe Rides. So let's say if you are studying late at night in the library, we have a 24-hour study room in our library. Or if you have a late lecture or a late lab and you don't feel comfortable or safe walking, biking back to your campus dormitory, back to a bus stop, or if you live off campus within a certain radius from campus, all you have to do is just request a Safe Ride escort, and Safe Ride Safe Ride staff will meet up with you at your agreed location and escort you back to your dorms, your apartment, or the bus stop, depending on where you need to go. So we definitely have this service available for our students. As I mentioned earlier, we are very big on biking. On a typical day on our campus, you will see around 20,000 bikes on campus. Majority of the roads that goes throughout our campus are only open to bicycle. And one of the reasons why is that our campus is very large. If you have to walk from one end of campus to the other end, it's going to take you anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how fast your walking pace is. So the quickest way to get around campus is to hop on a bicycle. So on a typical day, you will see lots and lots of bikes on campus. In terms of public transportation, a lot of our students, once they live off campus, they can they can ride a bike back to campus, or they can ride one of the Unitran buses. The public transportation in the city of Davis is actually owned and run by UC Davis, which operates these Unitran buses. So the bus hubs are the campus is the bus hub. So all the bus line that runs throughout the city of Davis comes back to campus. So it's very easy for our students to get around, especially once they move off campus and they live in an apartment complex. As I mentioned, we are a college town setting, so there's lots and lots of apartment complexes located outside of campus. So at every major apartment complex, there is a bus line within walking distance or right outside of it. So it's very easy for students to get back on campus. It's very easy for them to go to the grocery store, the department store, because the public transportation was built for students and caters to the needs of students. So it's very easy. In terms of campus housing, we do offer on-campus housing for students. It's not mandatory, it is optional. If you choose to live on campus, we do guarantee on-campus housing for you for 2 years. But majority of our students, they do move out after their freshman year because we have plenty of off-campus apartments available, and it's probably cheaper for students to live off campus compared to living on campus. If you live in the campus dormitory, you have to purchase a meal plan. And with that meal plan, you are eligible to eat at any of the 3 dining commons we have on campus. The dining commons is like an all-you-can-eat buffet-style cafeteria. They have lots of different food stations to cater to your dietary needs. And a lot of our students really enjoy it. I myself thought the dining common was good when I was there as a student, and now it's even way better than when I was there. So that's something that we are very proud of in terms of providing fresh, and majority of the products that is used in our dining common comes from our farms. So we're very sustainable when it comes to that. In terms of athletics, we are a Division I school. We have 25 sports at the Division I level. We are one of 3 UC campuses that actually has a football program. And one of the best thing about being a UC Davis students is that any of our home sporting events is free to students. So if you want to go to a football game, basketball game, baseball, soccer, volleyball, any home sport events, free to UC Davis students. So our students really enjoy that aspect of it. And with that said, we have the largest student spirited organization in the country. That is called our IACAC. And with that, I'm going to transition to student life. Being that we are a college town setting, a lot of things around the city of Davis revolves around our students and our student life. With that said, we have over 800 student clubs and organizations for students to participate in. And the student clubs and organization consists of our Greek life. So like the fraternity and the sorority. We also have cultural-based interest club, academic-based interest club. We have performance-based interest club. So anything that you think you will be interested in, I guarantee you there's going to be some kind of club or organization that will cater to that interest. In addition to that, we are a very diverse campus. We've been ranked by Fox Business News as the #1 most diverse public university in the nation. And a big reason of that is because of our international student population. We were one of the first UC campus to start recruiting internationally. We have a service for International Student and Scholar Center to cater to that population in terms of providing academic support for our international students. And this is some of the international communities that we have on our campus. So we are a very diverse campus overall. In terms of recreational and fun, we have a game area located inside a Memorial Union. The Memorial Union is the center of campus. We have a bowling alley, a billiards, a gaming area, a arcade area. So it's a nice hangout area for students during the 1 or 2 hour breaks in between class. In terms of outdoor wise, this is located, the Arboretum is located right outside my office. A lot of our students really do enjoy going out here, hanging out by the lake, and just studying, reading a book. If you love running or walking, we have some redwood trees that run right by our Arboretum. So it's always a nice to take a break from studying and go for a walk. In terms of career readiness, our internship and career center is actually one of the largest in the UC system. We have over 10,000 partnership sites, and Fortune 500 companies recruits directly from on our campus. The internship and career center will help you with creating your resume, job search, mock interviews, undergraduate research opportunities. So 70% of our students graduate conducting research. So if you're coming to a University of California, make sure you conduct research, because we are some of the best research university in the country. In terms of academics, what do we offer? So we have 4 different colleges that houses over 100 majors on our campus. The College of Engineering is the most competitive college. That college houses all of our engineering major. The College of Biological Science houses all of our life science major. And then the largest college is the College of Letters and Science. That houses a lot of our social science, physical science, and our liberal arts major. And then the College of Agriculture and Environmental Science is the 2nd largest college. And one of the great thing about UC Davis is that we are very flexible with our academic policy. You definitely have the opportunity to double major. You can double major in a different major between 2 different colleges. Or let's say if you were admitted into UC Davis in the College of Letters and Science, and you realize that you don't like that major and you want to switch into another major in a different college, you are definitely have the opportunity to do that. I know some of our UC campuses, whatever college you are admitted into, you're kind of stuck in that college. But at UC Davis, you have the opportunity to explore and change and move around to different colleges depending on which college house your major. Um, in addition to that, we also have a study abroad program. We have the UC Davis study abroad program where you have the opportunity to go study in a different country with UC Davis faculty professors. So, and then let's say there's no program that the UC Davis program is not of interest to you. Then you also have the opportunity to go through a UC study abroad. It is a collaboration of all 9 UC campuses, and you will go to a different host country and take classes with professor from that host university instead. So study abroad is definitely an option that's available for our students. In terms of admissions requirement, what do we require here at UC Davis? So we have this thing called the A through G subject requirement. These are courses that we require students to have completed when they or are working on completing when they are applying to UC Davis or the University of California. We require 2 years of social science or history, 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 2 years of laboratory science, 2 years of foreign language, 1 year of visual performing arts, and 1 year of college preparatory elective. If this area here sounds confusing to you, don't stress too much about it, because we understand that this requirement here was built more to match California high school curriculum instead of our out-of-state students' curriculum. But I always tell students, as long as you graduate from your high school in your state and you're eligible to go on to a public university in your state, you met the minimum requirement for UC Davis. Something new for the class of 2021 and class of 2022, the UC is going test optional with the ACT and the SAT. Here at UC Davis, we are gonna be test blind. We're not gonna use your SAT or ACT score for admissions review purposes. So if you don't submit it, perfect, it's not gonna hurt you. If you do submit it, we're not gonna use it, okay? So just keep that in mind. What else do we ask for? So now that we are not using your test score, what are other aspects of the application we're looking for? And I always tell students, with UC Davis, we do a holistic review. That means we look at everything about your 4-year high school experience, starting with your classes. If your school offers AP and IB courses, did you challenge yourself to take these advanced rigorous courses? We're gonna look at your extracurricular activities. Were you involved in your community? Were you involved in your school community? Did you join any clubs and organizations? If you are a member of a club or organization, what was your participation level? Or did you hold any leadership role? We look for all these things. We look at academic achievement. And last but not least, we look at a small writing sample called the personal insight questions. These are 8 questions on the UC application that you must answer. You have to answer 4 out of the 8 questions, and do not treat them like essay questions. There are not essay questions, okay? I always tell students there is a word count limit on it. So I always tell students that treat it as if you're in an interview with an admissions officer and you were asked that question. How would you respond? We're not gonna score you based on creativity, based on style, grammar, or anything like that. We're looking for content. We want you to use a lot of examples to highlight the point you're trying to convey, so that we get to know as much about you as possible to make a decision on your application. This was our admit profile for the class of 2020. It's actually one of the highest admit rate that I've seen in a long time of me working here at UC Davis. We had about a 46% admit rate. The average weighted GPA was a 3.96 to a 4.25. Don't worry about the test score, because as I mentioned, starting with the class of 2021, we are not going to be using the test score for admissions review purposes. Here's some important dates for you to remember. The UCs, we do not have early actions or early decision. It is a one-time application submission window. You can start on your application right now. The portal is open. And then you have the month of November to submit your application. So it's a one shot, one time, once a year cycle. You start on your application now, you submit your application come November, and then the middle of March is when all the UCs will release their admissions decision. So each UC campus, we make our own admissions decision. If you apply to multiple UC campuses, each of us do not know the other person's decision. It is a blind review among all UC campuses. Even if we receive the same application we receive application from the same students, it is a blind review process. We do not know each other's decision on it. You can apply by going to ucdavis.edu/apply. As I mentioned, the application portal window is open right now. If you go onto this link, it will take you to the UC application. We're not part of the Common App. We use what's called the University of California application, or what is more commonly known as the UC application. There is a $70 fee per each UC campus that you apply to. We do have a fee waiver that's built into the application, and based on the information that you submit in there, if you do qualify for a application fee waiver, then you can apply up to 4 UC campuses for free. And if you apply more, starting with your 5th campus, it will be $70 per campus. We also have an excellent virtual tours. We understand that with this pandemic going around, it is very hard to travel around the country. So if you want to see what our campus look like, I highly recommend you write down this website right here and explore our campus via our virtual tour website. And that pretty much concludes my presentation. So at this time, I will open it up and answer any of the questions that you guys have. So if there's any questions, please feel free to write down, type down your questions, and I can address those questions that you guys have. It could be about the University of California, our application process, or specifically about UC Davis. Or if there's any majors that you're interested in, I can definitely touch bases on that as well. Come on, guys. I know you have some questions that you guys want to ask. If not, I'm going to keep talking and share a little bit about my experience at UC Davis as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience. So when I was a student at UC Davis, I actually did 2 different types of research. I did a research through different departments. So I did a research through my minor, department through my minor, and I did a research with a faculty member in my major. And it was a very good experience. And having the opportunity to conduct research, conduct data, analyze that, and contribute to a professor's research was a very good experience for me. And when I finished my undergraduate career at UC Davis, going on to graduate school, I got a really strong letter of recommendations from the 2 faculty members that I conducted research with. And I easily got into graduate school. And I think their support and their letter of recommendation play a big factor in it. So I always tell students, if you're going to a public research university, it's highly recommended that you seek out research opportunity. It's just a great way for you to put that experience on your resume when you're going on to job search, or if you're going on to graduate school. So definitely you will have that opportunity at UC Davis. And then with the UC system, we also have an inter-campus agreement. So let's say if you come to UC Davis, but you really want to take a class at UC Berkeley that Davis doesn't have, or vice versa, or if you want to take a class at another UC campus that Davis doesn't have, we will allow students to be what we call a visitor student for 1 quarter. And take classes at another UC, or another UC students can come to UC Davis and take class at UC Davis. So we definitely have that opportunity that's available for our students. In addition to that, at UC Davis, we also have 2 different research facilities located throughout California. We have our Bodega Bay Marine Laboratory and Research Facility, and then we also have our Lake Tahoe Environmental Research Facility. And students will have the opportunities to go out to the 2 different locations, take classes out there, and there are dormitories out there for them too. So for those students who are interested in like the marine biology or marine and conservation side, they can go out to our Bodega Bay facility. For those students who are interested in the environmental side, they can definitely go out to the Lake Tahoe Lake Environmental Science Research Facility. Some of the more popular major on our campus are engineering. Is very popular. It is, like I mentioned, one of the most competitive college to get into. Our managerial economics, which is kind of like an ag business major, is very popular. Landscape architect, psychology, communications. Our biologies are very popular. For a lot of our students who are interested in going into the pre-health field, like med school, pharmacy school, dental school, vet med. We also have the College of Biological Science has a pre-health advising center. So that advising center works with students who want to go into any pre-health related field. They provide academic advising, tutoring services. They also put on different workshops to prepare students to go on to professional schools. So like how to best advertise yourself on like the medical school application. They do graduate school mock interview with you. They do test prep workshop, like studying for the MCAT exam. So we have lots of different support services that's available for students depending on what kind of academic field they want to go into. Another big thing about Davis is that every year we have what's called Picnic Day, and Picnic Day is a very fun day. And during the spring time at Davis, it's kind of like our spring open house where we open our campus to the community and to the general population. And there's thousands of students and community members that comes on campus, and faculty members are out there talking with families, students. It's just a big picnic on our campus, and it's called Picnic Day. And that's something that I really enjoyed during my 4 years at UC Davis as well. Overall, like I mentioned, we are a pretty safe campus. Being at a campus where you have around 20,000 bikes on campus, one of the highest crime rate on our campus is bike theft. So that's about it. Outside of that, it's I never had issue during my time there. Even now as a professional staff there, I feel like it's a very safe campus overall. The city of Davis, like I mentioned, it is a smaller city, but it has everything that you would need. It has grocery store, it has department store. Sacramento's the next closest city away. It's very close by. So it's overall, I think one of the biggest thing when I meet with students and I ask them, why did you choose UC Davis? And they say, it's just Davis has a very welcoming environment. Being a large Division I school, it is a very welcoming environment for students. Once they step foot on our campus and they see the type of resources that's available for our students, they really feel that this is a good place for them to call home for the next 4 years. All right, so do I have any more questions? If not, that pretty much will wrap up this session here.
Well, thank you so much. I'm ready to go to Davis. I don't know about the rest of these participants, but I would definitely be part of that. Just to remind y'all, thank you again for joining us. After you close your window, there's going to be a really quick survey that pops up. If you could take a minute and just answer those 4 questions, that will help us as we move forward with these presentations. And certainly if in the event we have to do them again in the spring, it will help us really hone in on the good parts. Again, sign up for more sessions if you're interested, and the recording will be available within about a week. So thanks again for joining us, and have a good evening.
Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.